This is the now, as of yesterday, award-winning model that I submitted to Otakuthon Montreal on Sunday, and we walked away with some hardware, guys. But here's the model itself, and these are shots of the aspects of the diorama. Wow, that's great. Yeah, thank you so much, Primer Ice Tea. Ippo's amazing. Deny, Gunpla Sisters. But yeah, here's the overall diorama, as you can see. And yeah, so a lot of hard work went into the model, but also the diorama itself. Possibly just as much, if not more, work went into the diorama. And I was saying this earlier, but one of the things that I like to do, time permitting, is to create more of a environment, more of a situation diorama for my models, just to provide context to what you guys are looking at, what more than simply the model itself. I feel that as a viewer, if you can create sort of an environment for your model, that kind of helps the viewer get sucked into the image a bit more. Will Brown, yes, pretty much from scratch, as a matter of fact. Wood, sticks from the forest, styrofoam, all of that stuff. Darling, when you showed this picture, I thought it was a drawing. Yeah, and actually so they had an amazing photographer at Otakuthon, and when he took the photo with his like awesome big ass light box and his professional ass camera, when he took that photo and I saw it, I was like, yo, who did that? I was like, that looks amazing. But yeah, yeah, pretty happy with that. And here's a shot of Sheeta, the character from Laputa. And here's the start of the diorama here. As you can see, just some basic stuff that that I used, you know, actually from the dollar store, as a matter of fact. And he did this whole diorama while raising a family of that's true, Purple. That is so true. I was raising a family of birds the whole dang time. And here's the model itself, just basically built. And yeah, that's it. Here, that's that. And here, let's go to... Right, so here's the start of my journey. Hopefully you guys are seeing it. Yeah, it's 5,000 camera. Over 5,000. Over 9,000. Nocta Vicenia, I love the moss. So natural and pretty. Yeah, I shit you not, I was super obsessed with moss. I actually went into the forest and got a bunch of dirt and made moss terrariums, and I put them in my studio so I could observe moss up close and be as accurate as I could to moss. Like, you, I'm not kidding. I can take a picture of my moss later, but yeah, I've got real ass moss in my workspace here. So yeah, I was pretty obsessed with making the moss look as good as possible. But yeah, here's I made it to Quebec. Me and my family made it to Quebec for the Otakuthon Montreal. Moss dedication, actual ass moss. And I picked up some unique Montreal exclusive energy drinks. I have a mild fascination with energy drinks, and anytime there's a new one that I've never seen before, I want to try it. This is Beach Day NLG from Montreal. Ippo Harem main character confirmed. Peanut's like, oh my god, I love Moss too. Moss twins. Their diorama was so good, there was no competition. There was some really nice stuff, and we'll talk about it. So here's a little shot of the trophies. These three big star ones, those are for the Gunpla competition itself, the first, second, and third. And then the plaques that you see here, those are for the non-Gunpla ones and the other categories. I took a picture of this before setting up because I was like, this is what I'm shooting for. I want to get one of these. One of these would be nice. That would be neat. But yeah, so once again, guys, I was so frazzled trying to just get to this venue, set my stuff up, find out where I was supposed to set up. I actually missed this whole area and overshot and went somewhere else. And I was asking around, like, where's the Gunpla competition? And no one knew. I was like, oh god, I need to make it before this freaking 12 o'clock deadline. You know what I'm saying? Of the day. And again, I want to kind of reinforce this idea that like we're here for the one day. It's kind of in a rush to get everything set up, get there in the first place, find out where we're supposed to go. And I'm working on very little sleep. I'm operating here on very little sleep, but I basically decided that if I was to just not sleep and just push myself and just hit it up and do it all in a single day, that would be fine. If I could just push myself and work on next to no sleep for one day only exclusive, that would be kind of okay. So that's where we're at. So 1 second, guys. And I basically was on my feet the entire day, walking around, stomping around, looking at all this stuff. I tried energy drinks like Red Bull. Yeah, I've definitely tried it. Oh, and not the soda one? Interesting. No, I don't think I've tried the soda one. You should hit me up with a link for that. Got some cocaine? So I'm so tired, but finally we're here at the end of the day. It's actually the event itself is closing in an hour's time, so they got to wrap up this thing and announce the winners. This is just some of the competitors here. And if you look here, this is the stack of prizes that you could win, right? And I actually didn't realize that until just then. But I saw it earlier and I thought, hey, these are a lot of cool models. Oh, you can't buy these? These are just, what are these here for? They're so neat. But anyways, it would be nice to have some of those. Okay, so yeah, I won 2 awards. Sorry, I got 2 first place and a second place, and then I won a raffle. This is a shot of some of the stuff I won. But yeah, look at that. Otakuthon 2023 model competition, non-Gunpla favorite, right? This is all for the Laputa diorama, mind you. And then staff favorite. And then I also got second place in sponsor favorite. And then I won a raffle just as a cherry on top. The raffle part. Carmi, hi, congrats. Thank you so much, Carmi. Are you and your brother both going to do Little Red Builds? I don't know what that is, Little Red Builds, but you can tell me what that is, and I'd like to know. They announced my name. I'm really happy. I go up there. They give me my stuff. And Smiley and Peanut were there too. They were just off to the side. And they were like, I had a little cheering section. Was really funny. It was really funny. They were just off to the side like, yeah, Ipo. I was like, hey, thanks guys. And I get my stuff and walk back. They were clapping. My brother was recording the whole thing. And then I sit down and they announce my name again for another category. And I have to get up. And then it's like, hey, yeah, oh my God. I get up and get more stuff. You know, they hand me a bunch of boxes again. And then they're like, okay, we're going to take a break from the awards and we're going to spin this wheel and do a raffle. We're going to do a raffle. Spin that wheel. Seat number 2. It's me, Ipo. And I just like stand up and I'm like, I told them like, can you just roll it again? Roll it again. Cause, this is kind of getting out of hand, guys. This is fine. and my brother was like, shut up. You get up there and get your shit. and the MC was like, no, you get your prizes, because you know what, this is to show that your hard work pays off even in luck. And I was like, you know what, man, I appreciate it. He said something along the lines of like, it's just a random draw, but it's all because of your hard work. Exactly. Darling, get up there, shut up, just get your stuff. And they just handed me more stuff. And then listen, they handed me another thing. They called my name again, and at that point, I have a video of it, but I don't think I'll show it. I hang my head in embarrassment. I was like, oh my God, they're calling me too much, and I had to get up there and get some more stuff. And again, Smiley and Peanut are like, oh my God, yeah, hey, and yeah. So once again, I got first place non-Gunpla favorite, first place staff favorite, and then a second place sponsor favorite. I believe that's how it broke down. And about the sponsor favorite, my understanding is that Usually they only do one sponsored favorite. Usually they only do one. But because the level of competition was so good, they were like, I was told this directly, that because of my model and also shoes, they were like, we need to give out more prizes because there's actually really, really good work. Everyone did such good work. So so they talked to the sponsors and got more kits to give as gifts. So I was indirectly responsible for getting at least one person more prizes, as well as me, a person. Carmi, yeah. I bet people were jealous, Ipo getting all the kits and has actual girls cheering for him. So there was, at one point, there was a guy. He came over and shouted. I was barely registering what he said, but I overheard him say something like, "You're getting too many kits. You're winning too much." I overheard someone say that. I was like, "Huh? Okay, dude. That's not my problem." Uh, yeah, the music stopped, but let's just keep on going, guys. Or here, hold on. Let's just get this going back again. Okay. And yeah, there's the prizes. Was it banter? I don't even know, because like I said, I was kind of my brain was absolutely fried. I was mad dehydrated too. I had barely any water the entire day, walking around with sweaty nerds. Uh, I had like, I was barely registering anything that was happening. Consume beverage. I got you, purple. Listen, you can't see right now, but I've got a little bit of a beverage, an adult beverage that I can have just for you. Oh no, not the sweaty nerds. In the Artist Alley aisle, it was so packed. I wish I could have looked at more Artist Alley stuff. Yeah, there it is. And here, guys. You got, okay, let's watch this. Let's just watch this. This is what I won. Is what I won. What's that from again? Siang? That one? I forget. This is actually the one Gundam kit that I won. That one right there. Ayatsuki? It's a frame arm girl. That's a Zoid. I've never built a Zoid before. Muvlove, okay. A Zoid. The Zoid was the raffle winner too. Azra Ninetales, that's probably the one I'm most hyped about, getting Azra Ninetales. And Little Red Hood, that's really cool. And look, a second Little Red Hood. And that's the last one, 100 Edge Arma. Very unusual. I don't know what that is. Why? Because it's just prizes. Like, it's just, they just were tossing me prizes. Well, actually, you know what? At one point they were like, listen, just small ass plaques, Carmi. I know. Little small ass plaques. How's it going, by the way, Carmi? Nice to see you here. Yeah, at one point they were like, choose, just pick 2 boxes here. So I was like, I'm gonna get this red hood. And then another time when I went up, they tossed me the red hood again, which is now my brother's. That's my brother's. That plaque was a lot bigger too. Look at them tiny little plaques. They're tiny little things. And yeah, there's the event itself, and these are all some of the competitors. More back here. There were the sponsors of Masamune. I think they're called Masamune. Snowman Toys. Trinity Hobby. Shout out to Trinity Hobby. Was the main. Some of these folks, I don't know their names, but some of them are like the organizers for the event and Plamod itself, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, really cool. Really cool. And yeah, that is it. But yeah, okay guys, listen. There's probably so much that I'm forgetting about this weekend. It was such a whirlwind weekend trying to get all this done. I was stressed. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty stressed about, even for the couple of weeks leading up to it, just because I wanted to make my diorama as good as it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to really nail that down. And it was fine. It was fine and it was finished. But my feeling was now I have to make the adjustments to ensure that if it comes down to like a head to head, two really good models, at that point, a judge is going to have to look for the flaws to make someone go down. So I was like, I'm going to make sure that there's no room for doubt that this bike was better, right? So let me tell you, in the days leading up to the competition, I brought out my model again, and I looked at this thing and was like, okay, what do I need to tweak? Okay, the little girl, there's some blemishes on her skin. There's some blemishes on the feet. I got to touch those up. Got to do that. All right. Uh, some of the moss, some of the glue. You know how like super glue, I know that there's a nicer kind of super glue that has no shine, but some of the super glue was a bit shiny. Um, so I needed to put something on that. I needed to put some matte medium on that to take it down. And this is the most obsessive, borderline like, okay, Ipo, let's just stop now thing that I did. So if you guys can see the bushes right here, maybe we'll just kind of end on this. Uh, where is it? So if you guys can see these bushes, right? I was like, they are too uniformly the same level. They're all to the same height. So, and they're all kind of too green. So I went in and took some powder, some like charcoal powder, and then just kind of brushed on a little bit of brown and black to make the pastels, to make a bit more variation. And you can't see it now because this is an old photo, right? I changed it a little bit. These are tweaks that I did after taking these photos. And then the bushes were a little kind of wild, and some parts were wild and some parts were kind of even. So I actually trimmed the bush. I trimmed the bush, guys. I went in some little scissors and I was just like snip, 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 just to make sure, again, obsessively, that it was as good as it could be. And then at that point, I was like, I think I'm done. I think that's probably it. I can't really do any more. I trimmed the bush. Exactly. Carmi, thank you for sharing. I trimmed. Oh, there you go, Carmi. Here, let's. I've been forgetting to do this. I've been forgetting to do this. Gotta get a little sneak this in. Ba 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 ba. Darling, I love your mindset about it. Carmi, aw, Archa, the winning mentality right there. Yeah, you know what? I watched Michael Jordan's The Last Dance, and I was like, yo, this Michael Jordan guy, he knows a thing or two about winning. What can I learn from Michael Jordan? Darling Desu, for comps, I always look at it if I was a judge with a bad day. Oh, that's actually an interesting way of phrasing it. Yeah, interesting. How they pick the project. Like, I've been a judge for a gunpla competition once, as a matter of fact, and Joe Aronfar's. Oh, shit. You know what, later, let's give a shout out to Joe. Where are my manners? Shout out to Joe. You guys know Joe. Super creative builder himself. Darling, I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to win. Winning is fun, exactly. Like that's the other thing, guys. I want to mention was like, thank you for mentioning that, because my sense was that I would have liked to place. I would like to place, and I'd like to say it's cool to participate and it's cool to be a part of it all, and learn from the experience. But I definitely wanted to win, at least place. Do you know what I mean? Because I would be sort of being dishonest with myself to say that like I didn't want to win in some way, shape, or form. And I also wanted to, hey, JT from IT, thank you so much for the follow. I also wanted to say that I put a lot of hard work into this. Do you know what I mean? Like I started in April, if I'm not mistaken, and I've worked on it basically ever since then, up till practically now, in a lot of ways. Not consistently, but every couple of days I put some time into it. So I put a lot of hard work into it. So it's kind of nice being acknowledged in that way. And I know that all of you guys, thank you so much, Bio, for the follow. Appreciate it. It's really nice that all of you have been very supportive of me this whole time, keeping me company, very encouraging with the work that I've been doing, working on this, and having faith in me, and that's it. Really helps to have an audience, as I'm streaming, as I'm building to work on this, because it gets me going. Because so many times there would be some part of a model, and I would be like, well, I don't want to do this now. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. But if I were to do it on stream, that puts me in a situation where some task that might have been kind of mundane or whatever, I'd be more likely to do it because I'm doing it on stream. So that was like a weird little trick in a way. You trimmed the bush? Snip the tree trunk? 16. He made it more amazing. Amazinger than amazing. Comes on the board. Your list of build accolades. I used to compete a lot in Warhammer and miniatures back when I was a teen. I won a lot of competitions, but really, that's about it. This is and also as a teenager, I submitted something to Anime North and I got second place. So yeah, that's about the extent of it. Darling, exactly, Evo. Thank you. Honestly, even if I don't get first, I'd be happy to place. But I would never want to get second. Yeah, what's up, JT? 16. I do my best and expect nothing and act surprised if I win. Yeah, it would be nice to win, is how I felt. And I put a lot of work into it, and it's just nice knowing that a lot of people could see it. They could see the work and the love that I put into it. And there was a lot of nice comments. I actually didn't get to hear too many of the comments, but I heard secondhand from Smiley and Peanut that a lot of people liked it, which was nice. And a lot of people on Instagram and Twitter and all of those places on the Discord